Hi friends, this is Deepak. So this video is just a small attempt at helping you understand in a very simple manner what public administration is all about. Okay, so we'll do it like a story. We'll do it step by step in a sequential manner so that by the end of this video you have a thorough understanding of what public administration is. Okay, so we need to start our story somewhere, right? So before you understand what public administration is all about, you need to know what administration is, and for that you need to know what an organization is. So let's start our story with the organization. So why organizations were formed? Okay, so this goes to this very central premise, okay, that human beings are social animals. Okay, why are human beings social animals? They are the only creatures on this planet who cannot survive without the help of others. Why is this so? Because of their limitations. Human beings by their nature have physical, psychological and physiological limitations. So this is why they depend on others for their very survival and to sustain themselves. Okay, so this was recognized by our forefathers thousands of years ago, and that is why when they were living in forests, they always came together as people. They came together so that they can protect themselves from wild animals, they can go together and hunt, they can cook, and they can live together peacefully and safely. So it is for their own survival, prosperity, peace and security that these people came together. So this was in many ways the first organization that was created. Right in the middle of a forest, a group of people coming together to protect themselves from dangers was the first organization that was created. Okay, and so why again they came together? They came together to overcome limitations of individuals. So now that you understood the why aspect, let us go to, so what is an organization? So we can define an organization in this manner. People should come together voluntarily. Okay, so voluntary coming together of two or more individuals. This is the first condition for an organization. The second requirement is that they all need to have a common objective. So in this case, in the forest, two or more people came together. Here again, common objectives, we can say that it is about safety and security, about prosperity, about their survival. So they all had a common objective. And the third thing is there is coordination. Let's say it is about fending off wild animals and all that. There would be somebody who'll trace there is this sound coming, so there could be a risk, so that guy will inform the other person, and then people will kind of get themselves prepared to face the danger. So coordination is important. So it is these three things that defined what an organization is all about. So for any organization, for them to efficiently attain their objectives, they need to do a set of activities. Okay, so it is these activities that is administration. So you've understood now what an organization is, these three conditions, and it is what this organization needs to do to achieve their objectives very efficiently is what administration is all about. Okay, so let's go through these activities one by one. First is that they need to define their objectives. Okay, any kind of organization for that matter, it could be a family. What is the objective of a family? You can say it is financial and psychological security. If it is the government, the objective is welfare maximization. If it is a private body, corporate, the objective is maximization of profits. So every organization basically has an objective, and they need to define their objective. Number two is planning. Why should you plan? The most important reason for planning is that resources are always limited and needs are unlimited. You take again the example of a family. Resources are limited, needs are unlimited. Government again, resources are limited, needs are unlimited. So you always need to allocate your resources so that your objectives are achieved. So that is why you need planning. The third step in the process is about division of labor. So in any organization, one man cannot do all things. Okay, nobody is a superman. So because one person cannot do all tasks, you need to divide tasks between different people. So you need to have different tasks, And you also need to have specialization. Why you need specialization? Only then for each of those specific tasks, somebody will specialize that and there will be more efficiency. If you're taking an industrial organization, there are departments, right? There is the engineering department, there is advertisement department, there is a marketing department, there is finance department. Here there is specialization because they gain efficiency in doing all these tasks. That is why you need specialization. The next thing is recruitment. So depending on the specialization and depending on division of labor, you need to recruit people for that job. And this recruitment needs to be done based on their knowledge and their skill set. So somebody whom you are recruiting for the finance department should have some previous background in handling finance. They should, let's say, have a BCom degree, have an MBA and all that. And once this recruitment is done, they need to be trained in a manner that they are able to work towards our organizational objectives. So this is where training becomes very, very important. And then the most important part comes generation of revenue. So you should always know that finances are the lifeblood of any organization. Okay, so because without finances, nothing can move. So they need to plan for how we can raise finances, whether initially through the means of a loan or things like that. So once all this is done, all these people now work together for the implementation of their whatever they've planned for. So each of them have a certain task to do and they need to implement it. And once all this implementation is done, what happens? This is the final stage where, let's say, the CEO of that organization, or if you, let's say it's a small thing as a family, there's the head of the household who finally decides whether, is everything going in the right direction, whether we are all doing the right job. Okay, friends. So this is what administration is all about. So we finally missed out one thing. What is this public administration? What is the public factor here? Okay, so public administration is nothing but public administration that concerns itself with the idea of the welfare maximization of the public. So whenever there is a larger public good that is involved, when there is the benefit of a large society, a large nation that is involved and people that is involved, it is called public administration. This is different from, let's say, a private administration, because private administration is not for the larger people, right? It is for the benefit of the members of a certain organization. So that's it, friends. I hope you found this video useful. See you again in another video. Thank you.